What's up, guys? We're back on the video. Today's video we're gonna be doing what if Luffy had the lightning fruit or the gura no me part 2. And if you enjoyed this what if so far, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe and turn all notifications on, so whenever I post again you can see, because we're trying to hit 100 in the next 3 weeks. And so yeah, with that being said, we left off with Luffy and Zoro leaving Logtown. Leaving Logtown, going into the Buggy Island. Now, once they would be on the boat, and Luffy would still be starving until he would see a bird. Luffy would lose his lightning speed to teleport on top of the bird, and the bird would fly up real high, and Luffy would land in the water, and he would go down into the bird. The bird would be real big, and he would go underwater, grab Luffy, and start to fly to the island. And Zoro would freak out because his captain just got eaten by a bird. So he would run into 2 buggy pirates, and he would make them paddle for him onto the island. Now Luffy would land a hard land on in the road, right in the middle of 2 other buggy pirates messing with Nami. Luffy would get up, and Nami would lose him as a captain, saying, "Hey, captain," and they wouldn't capture him. She would jump up on the buildings, and he would use his he would use his 1,000 bolts to knock both of them out. Nami would realize that he's Luffy. Straw Hat Luffy. I'm gonna say Straw Hat Luffy. Luffy would have a bounty of 1 million from the beginning. So yeah. She would realize that it was him, and she would be shocked. And so she would still go to Buggy and act like she was joining him, but no, she was really using him for the treasure map, for all the treasures. Losing him for his treasures and his treasure map. Now, Luffy would still get put in a cage Zoro would eventually make it to the island, and he would take down a bunch of buggy pirates, and they would make Nami shoot the buggy ball at Luffy. Now, she couldn't do it, as one of the buggy pirates said he'll do it, until Nami kicked him in the face, and Zoro came, and they actually fired the buggy ball off. Zoro came and cut the buggy ball in half, and so him and Buggy started fighting, and Zoro would still get beat because he got stabbed because of the chop fruit. So yes, now they would eventually beat the buggy pirates, and Buggy would escape, and they would get Luffy out of the cage until the dude on a lion pulled up and started to steal the dog food. Now Luffy would use his 3,000 bolts to sock both of them, knocking out the tiger, and the dude would start to cry, and he would attack Luffy, only for Luffy to grab his golden pole and hit him in the head, sending him flying into the ocean. And so they go to fight Buggy again, only for a magician dude to come up. Now him and Zoro would start to fight, and Zoro would barely win, but after beating him would get knocked out. Now Luffy and Buggy would fight it out, and Luffy would beat Buggy pretty easily with his 3,000 bolts and his golden pole. Now Buggy made his knives, he made his hands separate and cut Luffy's straw hat and sitting it on the wall. Luffy would get very mad, and he would look at Buggy and use his lightning to grab him and pull him to him. Now, Luffy would grab him by the neck and start choking him. He would say, "You can take any treasure in the world. You can take any of my gold, but there's 2 things I will kill you if you touch: my golden pole and my straw hat." As he threw Buggy into the wall, and he grabbed his straw hat. So, yeah, Nami would tell him that he could fix the Swall Hat, and Luffy would ask her if she could join his pirate crew and be his navigator. Now Nami would say, "What you have a 1 million bounty, don't you already have a crew?" And he would say, "Nope, just me and Roro and Zoro." And he would point his hand at Zoro, and she would realize that they both have a bounty. And so she would join, but she would lose them for the bounty and eventually beat them and get their bounty for the money for all along. So they go to she would say that she's not going to be seen on such a small boat. So they looked for an island that had money so they could get a boat. So they would eventually get to Syrup Island, and they would meet Usopp. Usopp would still pretend like he had plenty of people on his pirate crew, and Luffy would use his 1,000 boats to knock out all the dummies, and they would all fall onto the beach, only for them to realize that it was just dummies. And Usopp would be very scared, and he would start to run to the village and say, "Pirates are here, pirates are here," and none of them would believe him. The next day, Usopp is on the beach, and Luffy appears right beside him. So they talk about the island, and Usopp tells them what's going on. So Luffy would tell Usopp that he knows his dad and that he was to be part of the same crew as him. They both was a part of Shanks, the Red Hair Pirates. Usopp would get very shocked and ask him if he could take him to him. And he would say, "You have to join my pirate crew first." And he would say, "Fine." And only but he has to stay here to say goodbye to someone. He would go to what's-her-name's house and say his goodbye, only for the butler to come and start to mock them. Now, instead of Usopp was going to punch him, but Luffy grabbed his hand and looked at the butler, grabbed him by the neck, and started choking him, and said, "You get out of here, I know exactly who you are. You're that black cat pirate, aren't you? The one who apparently died. That's not you." As as everyone would be shocked, they would think that the cat dude would think that he's lying, and so he would give him this the black cat's leader bounty, and he realized that it looked exactly like him. So he would tell him that he would tell the butler not to ever come back to this island, if he does, he's gonna kill him, as this island is now under the protection of the Swall Hat Pirates. So they would thank Luffy so much they would even build him the Going Merry. So that's how they get the Going Merry. So that arc never happens. So yeah, Luffy would see the black cat's pirate, and he would just use his 1,000 boats to destroy the boat and make those boats sink. So they would all be sinking, and yeah, they would be running out of food, and they would need a chef. So they would go to the Boate and look for a chef. Now Knuckles still pulled up, whatever his name is. He would still pull up on them, and the same thing happened, but instead of them shooting the cannon at him and making him going through the building, it would be the opposite way around. It would he would send, what's his name? No one would go and hit the building. So yeah, that doesn't happen. Luffy doesn't have to stay. They go in, and the other dude sees them, and he gets a little mad, but he doesn't want to start anything because he's on this date. So Luffy would ask for the greatest chef to talk to, and they would send Sanji out. Sanji would see Nami and instantly ignore what Luffy was saying and go straight to her, asking her if she wanted a meal. Luffy would hit him inside the head, and he would say, "What was that for, you little punk?" And Luffy would say, "You're annoying me, that's why. You've pervert cook." Sanji would get mad and try to kick him, only for his kick to go straight through him. Luffy would punch him in the stomach, knocking him out. Now, Don Creek would pull up as well, and that fight is going the same, Mihawk would still pull up, and Zoro and Mihawk would fight. Now, instead of Mihawk absolutely destroying Zoro, Zoro would just still lose, but he would make him lose his big weapon instead of using that small knife. So yes, Luffy would beat Song Creed with his 1 billion boats, making his bounty 1.1 million. So yeah, his bounty would go up to 1.1 million. Well, no, they didn't rise his bounty just yet, so his bounty is still 1 million. Now Nami would still take the Golden Mary and go to Oolong's pirates place, and so yeah. And Sanji would join them only for Nami, and so they would follow Nami to Oolong pirates, and they would eventually rise on an island. Zoro would still get captured, and so Luffy would rise, and he would walk straight into Oolong's base, and he would look at Oolong and said, "Long time no see, hey, warlord." And he would say, "You little punk," and he would attack him and try to punch Luffy, because Luffy and Oolong was never good friends. In fact, Oolong and Luffy would always be fighting. But I'm gonna say, Mihawk would take Luffy to train him sometimes, since he was a part of Sank's crew for 16 years until he later started his Straw Hats. That's how he got his bounty. And Oolong would be there sometimes, and they would always fight because they never really liked each other. So yeah, that happened. Luffy would still be Oolong with his golden pole. They would clash his sword claw with his golden pole. Luffy would still be stronger, so he would lose his 1 billion boats and defeat all the fishmen there. So yeah, now that he defeated all the fishermen, I'm gonna read this off here. So yeah, with that, if you like the video, please subscribe, like the video, and hit the thumbs up. Bye.